Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Storytime with the Captain. And today's story is brought to you by, well, they're not sponsored, but that's a messy beer, huh? Look at that. How dirty that beer looks, huh? Birdfish Brewing just adds sprinkles. Cookie Milkshake IPA, India Pale Ale. I like the label. It's like almost like a foil. Get the rainbow stuff on it. Anyways, today I'm going to talk to you about years ago. I was stupid and doing stupid things. We all do. We learn from our mistakes as we grow older and stuff. And well, anyways, I was going to McDonald's where we used to live, and it was right next to a highway, and there was a stop sign, divided highway. And I pulled up to the stop sign. Nobody's coming, whatever. I guess I rolled through it and made a left turn, started going. State Highway Patrol got his bubble gum going behind me, pulls me over. Said I didn't stop at the stop sign. Writes me a ticket. I go to McDonald's, I come back, and this is the story on how good my boss is. How much my boss, how well respected I like him. I don't swear in front of my boss. I have done it when I didn't know he was listening. I know he heard me, but I don't like to do it. I don't know. But anyways, I get pulled over, get him a ticket. I go to McDonald's, I come back, and then there was another car that pulled in where I lived, and he says, "You just get a ticket?" I was like, "Yeah." All this crap. I was like, "Yeah." And so I park and I look at the ticket. All right, I had a Cavalier. He wrote it down as a blue Cavalier. It was black. A 4-door Cavalier. It was a 2-door. So how can he be blatantly that stupid to write a ticket out? This is an officer of the law who's that stupid, who wrote that ticket out. So I was like, screw him. I ain't gonna do anything. I ain't going to court for this stupid ticket. Screw him. I could have went and it got thrown out. It kind of got thrown out. It's just, this isn't even in my car. But I didn't. Being stupid. Well, anyways, we had to go to Cleveland Clinic for my father-in-law at the time. He was having some problems, and I'm following my sister and brother-in-law, and we're going, and they're going through a yellow light, and I look up at it. It's yellow, and it just turns red right when I'm going underneath it. There's an SUV and another car behind me, in the other lane. They go through it. I got pulled over. All right. By a black cop. Racism? I don't know. Well, he tells me, he goes, "Hey, you ran that red light and everything like that." I says, "I thought it was yellow, So he writes me a ticket and he says, "You have a suspended license." So my wife had to drive or something. And he says, "You know what? If you get it taken care of, court starts at 7. If you get it taken care of, which down in your county and everything like that or whatever, the judge will throw it out. He'll dismiss the charges." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I go and get it taken care of, pay the fine and whatever, and have everything done. And we go up to court. We weren't making much money. We go to court, and I think this was the only time I've had a babysitter is when I went to court. So we get up there at 7 o'clock. No, court don't open until 7. Why did he say 7? So somebody told us 8 o'clock. Oh, court somebody walking through. Oh yeah, court starts at 8. That was a lie. Court started at 9 o'clock. All right. We get in there, and everybody, I guess, is suspended license. I had all my paperwork and everything. I had it all set. And here we go up in front of the judge, and this courtroom was packed. Everybody was standing up. It was a standing room, and we get up in front of the judge and everything, and we start talking to him and told him. He goes, the police officer says, if we get it taken care of, the charge will be dismissed. He goes, no. For you running that red light, here's your fine, and on top of that, you have a suspended license. It ended up being $300. And my wife, since the car was in her name, she got fined $303. We owed $800, $802 or something. $804, I think it was. It doesn't really matter, $2, but $804, and we had to pay it within 30 days. So my wife starts crying, and I was like, there's no freaking way. We had $200 to pay on this ticket. We paid $200, so we owed $600 we had to pay in 30 days. There's no way we were going to be able to do that. So the next day I go to work. I talk to my boss about it. The owner, and then it was like a manager and the office manager. And I told them what happened and everything, and he called up there and talked to the guy. It was a magistrate, I think, at that time. He was filling in for the judge. I don't know what it was, but he talked to him. He says, this is so-and-so, he's a great worker. He's been working with me for this years, and he's my best worker, and this and that. And, telling him, he goes, he can't come up with the money, and this and that, and it just spoke on my behalf that I am a great worker and everything. I thought that was excellent. Well, the magistrate looks it over and everything like that, and he says, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dismiss everything. He doesn't owe anything. What kind of boss would do that for you? Who would do that for you? That's why my boss is the best boss in the world, right there. I show him lots of respect. I do whatever I can, at my job. I do my job. He told me I'm an excellent worker, excellent employee. But I thought that was the best thing ever. I thought that was awesome. He went above and beyond, out of his way. He didn't have to do anything. He doesn't. It's none of his business what I did. But he went and had it. Got it taken care of. I thought that was fantastic. So there you go. That's my story. And I'm still working for him. And this year, or next March. But when you go so many years, you just go at the beginning of the year. It'll be 28 years working for him. And he treats me very well. I get paid very well. I treat him very well. I do things off the clock for him. Fixing this, fixing that, doing this, doing that whenever I can. I will constantly do it. So it'll be 28 years next year. So, no, this year. What am I talking about? This year is 28 years working for him. Gosh, I was his first full-time employee, and I love the guy. I think he's a great guy. So, and I know all his kids. His children work through us, and they're great kids too. Great kids. Danny, Michael, and Joey. Well, Michael, Joey, and Danny in that order. So, great kids. I love them guys. So there you go. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. It's a great story, great turnout. It was just amazing that he went and did that for me, and I thought that was fantastic. So there you go, folks. I'll have other stories later on down the road. Just keep an eyeball out for them. Cheers.